Alan is so big on championing the cause of the youth and being the man for young people, why is he at 68 years old aspiring to be the one to lead this movement? Why is he not nominating or encouraging a younger person, the youth who he claims to be for, to take up the mantle to lead this movement for change? That's the question I have for Alan Kyerematen and the people who support him. It's great what he's doing in politics. It's interesting. It's a good thing for our politics that, you know, an independent candidate to begin a movement, not a party, to start something. You know, it's revolutionary. But why are you at 68 looking to champion this movement? Why are you not encouraging, nominating, selecting a young person who you can support and push with your political clout and, you know, all that you have gathered as a great politician in Ghana to lead this? Why must you be the one to lead it? Must you be president at all costs? That's my question for Alan Kyerematen this morning. And that's what we're talking about this morning on this morning segment. What is your big takeout from that very, very interesting interview yesterday on New Day with Alan Kyerematen and Bella Mundi? What is your takeout from the Alan Kyerematen interview? The interview trended all day yesterday. There were a lot of questions coming through. Bella, I'm sure you couldn't even exhaust the questions.
Yeah, not at all. I don't even think I scratched the surface with the questions from the viewers and the media. Public. Yes, I couldn't. But I think that there's something that he said about young people and how he's going to make sure that they represent heavily, you know, in his government. And the fact that he gave a percentage, I think about 45 to 60% of young people are going to take up positions in his government. And it doesn't really matter whether you belong to the NDC, the NPP, as long as he believes that you can do the job, he will give you, you know, that mandate. I'm looking forward to, if he does win, I'm looking forward to this actually materializing, because we were all here when President Akufo-Addo told us that he was going to make sure that at least, 40% of, you know, his appointments would be for women.
Yeah.
It would have female representation. We're still battling that as we stand now. It has not manifested. And he's not the only one who has made that promise. I mean, if you go back to the NDC as well, they also made that promise back in 2012, that we're going to have about 30% or so of female representation within their government. We didn't see that happen. So it's as if they tell us things that they know we want to hear, but when they actually come into power, it's a totally different thing altogether. And now when you start asking them questions, they're like, oh, yeah, we'll do it eventually. Or women have not really put themselves forth to allow us to even give them that appointment. And there are so many women who are doing amazing things. Yep. So why is that not happening? So if you say that young people are going to make up a greater percentage of your governance...
23, I think he said between 23 to 45 years to make up exactly 60% of his government.
So if you're saying that, have you identified some of these young people already? Have you started talking to them? Because you're saying that, of course, we know that the statistics show that young people vote more. So if that's the case, have you started identifying those people? And would you be talking to them? Are they even interested in wanting to take up these positions? And again, the issue of attitudinal change, because whether we like it or not, the whole society is depraved. And so if you're going to use these young people, what's the guarantee that they're not going to come in there? And I trust young people to do their job, especially when you're giving them, you know, the right work to do. But we have seen how other young people have gone into politics with the notion that it's an avenue to make money. And so I'm not really going in there because I care for my nation. I'm not going in there because I want to help everybody else. I'm going in there so I can get a brand new car or a home that I can live in and take care of myself and travel around. How are we going to change that perception even before we open the doors to allow everybody else in to govern? It's a lot of work that we have to do.
Questions.
I guess you always tend to ask yourself that since 1992, what has been the commitment? I remember Professor Mills was the Kufuor administration as well. The benchmark has always been what has been done in Rwanda, where there's been a deliberate effort. Because, take it or not, the NDC and the NPP, they hold the power to the political office each election year. They make the decisions. So if there's a deliberate decision by either of the two parties, whether it is to promote young people in leadership or women, that is, give them the right sort of quotas, they will. I remember in the Kufuor administration, I think that he decided to persuade his party where there was a deliberate effort to make sure that in areas where they felt that they wanted an individual to contest, let's say you take Dr. Indu, for example, to become a member of parliament of KEA, for example, they didn't feel their candidate.
Yeah.
So that also paved the way to enable Dr. Ndun to become a member of parliament. Of course, he may dispute that, but the truth is, if somebody like Bernard Mona is contesting in a particular place in Upper West or wherever he wants to contest, any of the two parties feel the candidate, he's not going to win.
Yeah.
That's the truth. So you can see that there's been a deliberate effort by the two parties to inch away all these marginalized or vulnerable groups, even though in their wedding or manifestos or their promises, they say otherwise.
Yeah.
And these are key issues. Women giving opportunity to young people.
Yeah.
And before you
persons
do
with
that, there has to be
disability.
a process of grooming.
Yeah.
Right now, all the young people that we've seen who are in politics just go from SRC, they're in JCR, go to SRC, they go to NUCS, then they come to do political shows or discussions, and they are given ministerial job. The person doesn't have any experience, hasn't worked in any setup where they tend to do managerial activity or supervision, and they're supposed to go and manage a whole chief director who has been in the ministry for, let's say, 30 years. And we all know that we all play ostrich. They say, yes, sir, yes, sir. And they know that the political figure who is ahead doesn't know anything. And these are the real issues that will still confront us. If we don't change the approach, we're going to have all these things manifesting all the time.
You're welcome back, and this is still TV3 New Day. And yes, we would like to hear from you. You should have been part of our conversation earlier. Very interesting one. Early morning ravens. But anyway, we want to hear from you this morning. I'm sure that in your office, in your schools, in your homes, you've been talking about your takeout from the Alan John Kweju Tremate interview that we had exclusively with him on TV3 New Day. For you, are you convinced that he is the man for the people? Are you convinced that he's that third force that we're looking for? Or do you think that maybe he should come again because, you know, he couldn't really touch on the policies that are important to you? Let us hear from you this morning. The numbers are on your screens, and we'll also like to hear from you on social media. The hashtag is TV3 New Day. Yeah.
Now this one from Chairman Godwin Tamaklo of the Rage Group, who says that, well, all issues of policy can always be spearheaded by any of our government. So it is all about the commitment, and he's wishing Philip Kofi Ening, aka Adon of Jubilee House, and it's coming from his wife, Mrs. Ening, as well.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Zana.
Thank you for calling, sir. What's your name?
My name is Abdulmanan Tenga from Wa.
All right. I hope everyone in Wa is doing well. Talk to us.
Oh, we are all doing well, by God's grace.
Okay. Please talk to us.
Yes. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. And for my observation, I think what Alan did, to me, he's right in a way.
Okay.
Because any association or group, if you are there and you are not treated fairly, you can take your own decision by quitting that particular association or a group you belong to. Because you all need to come together, or at the beginning of the thing, there should be a fair playing field for everybody. At the end of the day, when you lose, but you cannot co-play. But if you see that the whole game, there's no fairness, if the moment you even continue to contest and you lose, you see that it's because there's no a fair playing field. That is why you lose. So I think there wasn't a fair playing field for him.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for calling. And you can also call as well. Do you agree with our first caller? Do you have other opinions on this matter? And from the conversation yesterday, what do you think were the highlights for you? The numbers are on your screen at this point. Let's see what social. Oh, we have another caller now. Well, hello, good morning.
Okay.
Hello. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for calling. What's your name, sir?
It's Abdul Baki from Wa.
Okay. Oh, we're getting a number of calls from Wa today. Talk to us, please.
Okay. What I've also seen is that I think that Alan is not coming to be our president. He's only taking a hard bite on the NPP because of the recent happenings in their super delegate, whatever. But if a decision or a idea that you talked with him yesterday, I really enjoyed it, but I don't think it can work in Ghana here.
Why don't
Since
you
he's
think?
since he's from the NPP side, it's not going to work.
But
Because if he's also coming from that team where they are all in, he's also having the same narrative of everybody. Just like the way they convinced us, and we gave it to them, and they are now maltreating us. So that's my take.
But if he's broken away and he says he's no more a member of the party and he's an independent candidate now, you don't think that that's enough to want to vote for him?
Yeah, but he has been there for several years, so I don't think he's going to do anything different from what they are doing now.
All right, thank you.
Let me
you
read
so
some
much.
messages coming in on X yesterday after the interview. Augustine says, why are some people expecting Alan this morning to bash the government of which he was a cabinet minister for and a founding member of? What Ankasa do Ghanaians want from this man? Leave him alone. All right. People, please listen to Alan carefully so that we can decide whether or not he'll be a good third force for us. All right. I wasn't expecting much from Alan Chemanting, but it's like, okay, I cannot read the rest of this. We have another call on the line. Hello? This is our last caller. Hi, what's your name, sir?
Hello,
Yes, sir. What's your name?
my name is Theophilus calling from Takwa.
Theophilus, you're welcome to the show. What's your takeout from yesterday's interview with Alan?
Oh, okay. I think for me, it's not coming to do anything new. It was part of the old stock.
Oh,
Part
why
of
do
the
you feel
old
that
stock
way?
because
He has started a new movement for change, which is going to champion the cause of the youth.
I know, but now look at our economy. It was part of the so-called ENT. Now he wants to be an independent president. He's not coming to do anything new.
But
Yesterday, I listened to him on Joy News with Evans. And the kind of answers he was giving to Evans, I mean, I think the man is simply not ready to be our president.
what were you expecting him to say that he did not say?
Like the question you asked, you are 68 years old. You have younger people in the system. Why can't you pick one or two and at least nurture them? But you're coming to also, you're also coming to be under burden on our head. I mean, I think the man is simply not ready.
Oh.
Seriously, he's not ready.
Okay. All right. Thank you for calling. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on your takeout from Alan's interview yesterday. He says the
Very
man is simply
interesting.
not ready.
Yeah.
He says he's ready. He's been preparing for this for a very, very long time. He's been preparing to be president for a long time. It's just now that he's asking for us to vote for him on a different ticket. But as for the presidency, he has been working on becoming president of Ghana for a very, very long time. But thank you for your calls. We appreciate them. Next is Johnny's Bite, and John Hughes is on standby.